What is up, guys? We'll check, make sure that I am live right quick. Supposed to be. It says I'm live. See if we can hear it. Supposed to be. Yep. Yep. Let me check the YouTubes right quick. Check the YouTube right quick. Should be live there as well. So we are streaming to a couple places. Just a general end of the month. I know you guys are out there hustling, getting it done, making some money. Should be anyway. So I want to recap what's going on, give you guys some updates on Super Pump project stuff going on. I've got ash everywhere. Those are great, guys. If you're into cigars, I do highly recommend the Padrones. Nothing smokes like a freaking Padrone. So we're wrapping up the books for March. Hope you guys are crushing it. It's going to be a good season. It is pollen city. Yesterday I did a interview with Trey Peoples. He's a guy that's got a Gen 1 Illumimax from us, about a year and a half old rig. And I went back and watched yesterday's video. My eyes are all puffy, and I was like, God dang, I look like I was moving in slow motion. I was blinking slow, but the pollen is it's gonna get me this year. I already feel it coming. So last few days of the month, hopefully you got your equipment squared away, you've got your marketing squared away, you've got your all the little puzzle pieces right dialed in, your tech, whatever you're using for technology, for your CRM, all that stuff squared away, your website, hopefully you got that done. Ideally it's been up and running, and you're getting some traction on you. For the new guys, us older dudes have been doing it a long time, all that stuff probably is in place and operating by now. So I wanted to show you guys a screenshot here in the Southeast Softwash Chemical Experts group. My dudes, go over and join the group here. All right, so that's kind of blurry. Let me lower the brightness. Hopefully y'all can see that. That right now, that's what you're looking for. So we got about 13,000 dudes in there, and it's a great resource for you to use. It's all about chems, specialty chem use. But see this pic right here? Come on now. Let me lower the brightness a little bit more. It's going to be so damn low you can be able to see it. This is just a good example of what I wanted to talk to y'all about today. I know you can't see it, hell, but you get the picture. That guy was talking about Wood Wizard. That's one of our chems. It's a sodium metasilicate based wood cleaner, and some of this is just tongue in cheek. Guys are bantering back and forth in the group, kind of joking around. But we do every once in a while. We'll get a guy that says, "Well, that picture's wet. I need to see that picture dry." Like, well, there's photos of them dry, fences or decks or whatever. And I get it. Like, for our perspective, we want to make sure the chem's working. But I want to encourage you guys to always angle and mark. So that guy took that before and after, and he used it in our group for the chems. Like, hey guys, Wood Wizard did a great job. Now he's going to take that same photo probably and go market it to his business page for washing. And I would say make sure it's wet in the photo, because it looks great. Like, it looks, now we know that the water is just enhancing the way the wood looks, taking that after photo when it's dry. Here's another example. Anytime I would do a before and after on concrete, see if I can show you guys some. And look, if you need some good before and afters, you can go over to the website. We sell a pick pack on there. It's photos I've took for the last 15, 20 years. There's a ton of them in there. So I'm trying to find one to show you here that was like a super good example, because some of the ones I got here just handy in my phone. I ain't seeing one right off, but I've got a bunch of them. Here we go. Extra. Yeah. See that? I know it's shiny, but I took that photo. We did a sidewalk. You see how black it was. I'm always going to wet the concrete before I take that before photo. And it really darkens up the contrast. And then we're going to clean a section and get that boom, that big contrast. No different than when I'm doing a roof cleaning. I'm going to wait around until it's dry and get my really good after photo. So I get it. Like, from a questioning does the chem work perspective, yes, we want to see a dry photo, us as contractors. But when you're marketing your business up to the public and you're trying to show them what it is, there is nothing wrong. In fact, it's dumb to not uh, make the photo look as good as you possibly can. It's not unethical. It's not wrong. It's not anything like that. So we'll take photos and try to angle things a certain way. And there's some magic to that, to where you're gaming it a little bit. Okay, so is that wrong to do? No, you're just enhancing. I got hit a couple puffs, or saying gonna go out. So I just took a photo this morning out here on the floor. I don't even use half the photos that I take, but we had 6 freight orders go out yesterday. These are individual orders headed out the door, palletized. XPO truck pulls up, boom, 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 boom. There's 4 more palletized up this morning. So just this week, we'll probably send out 25 or so freight orders on top of all the UPS stuff that goes out. You know, if I load that UPS truck up and we slam him, you bet your sweet ass I'm going to get a photo of that truck loaded up, and I'm going to angle it to where the truck looks as good as the photo can look, because that's the point. It's my job to market the business in the best way possible. Now, I ain't going to throw, 100 extra boxes on there and lie about it, but it's full. Like, I want to make the photo. Sometimes we'll have this tendency in our business to always downplay, and you kind of got to get okay with upplaying, being a self promoter. I know that it does not feel right to most of us guys that are blue collar, and we grew up stay humble. And I get it. Like, here's the thing though. If you're not successful, you don't have any choice but to be humble. Being humble is fine, but you got to know when to promote your business. I'm not going to die on the sword of posting the crappy photo, right? Not willing to go into Lightroom and edit it up and make it look as good as it possibly can. Here's another example. When you answer the phone, if you're the only Stephen Pease, I don't know how to say your name, Stephen, but he's in all the groups with us. When I know he would agree, like if you're answering the phone and it's just you're the only person in your business. You know what I did for years when it was just me? I said, how can we help you? We used to be Southern Roof Cleaning when I was like 17, 18, 19. That was my little company's name. When dad was doing soft washing, cleaning roofs back in the late 80s, like 89, 88, he had a company, he called it New Roof, NUROOF. And I wish to God I could find some of the Polaroids that we had from like 1989 of dad cleaning roofs, but we can't. They're lost to history. We didn't know that it mattered, so we didn't really. They were in the bottom of mom's like drawer in her bedroom. But dad, he would say, hey, how can we help you? There wasn't no we. There was no we. It was just literally him by himself, right? It was. So is it wrong? No, it is an angle that you're taking to try to make yourself look more appealing to the general marketplace that you're talking to. That's who you're putting your message out there to. So just a little quick tip, guys. Always angle it the best way for your business. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as you know that when you get the job, right, from this marketing, that you're going to go and do a excellent job, then your integrity is, you're in the good. There's nothing unintegral about it. Everybody does that. You should make your business look as good as you possibly can. That is your job. You have to do that. So make sure that you make it look as good as you humanly freaking can to do. So that was that. Another quick point I wanted to make, guys, Super Pump pre-orders. You guys that have Super Pumps on pre-order are about to be really happy, because we're about to be rolling some of those things out in the next couple of weeks. So we didn't make my Q1 hope. I was really, really pretty confident that I would get some of these things out the door at least in Q1, and delay. It's all good, but they are on the way. All the last thing I'm waiting on is our motors. And I've said this before, but they're custom made motors to get the torque and the RPM specs that we want for the Super Pump. So they have to make them special. They're not an off the shelf electric motor. They have to be made, and they are made, and they're shipping. So once we get those, we will be assembling them here I will be actually doing probably most of them putting them together and getting them out the door. And there's 100 coming, and then there's like 500 coming right behind those, and then 1,000 coming right, behind those. So pretty much every month we're going to have motors landing. The Super 8s, I know a lot of guys have bought Super 8s. Those are being sorted out as well. We've got those motors in final development, and then those will be shipping now. They're easier to get because they're half the size. So on a pallet, I can get twice as many. And it is expensive, but we're close. You guys that are out there waiting to get pumps, I promise you, they're coming very soon. I've got one out here that I've been playing with. It's the last prototype that I had built up, and it is really, really, really fun to play with. So that was that. Another thing I want to tell you guys about was I got a 1-star review yesterday. Oh my goodness. Gasp. A 1-star review. Now, I don't really care because I've got 600 and like some odd reviews. But I wanted to tell you guys the story because you're going to get these. This was a Karen. This was a Nancy. And you're going to get them in your business as well, especially as spring is ramping up. Here's what people are going to say. I want to wait till the pollen falls. I know. That's what I say. That's what I say around here. Okay. And then they're going to be mad because you can't get out there the next day. Like we have people get mad because we can't come out literally the next day. We're like, no, our schedule's full. And they get mad about that. Like, dude, I can't. What do you want me to do about that? Like, schedule's full. So these are the people who eat most of the steak and then send it back, and say it wasn't cooked right. So this dude left us a 1-star, got his equipment about a month ago ish, ordered it, built it in a few weeks. It was a Gen 2, and kind of an odd guy. Like he's not a normal dude for our world. He did not care about spending the money. Totally was fine with spending money, which that's not normal. Most of our customers or this industry are really, 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 really money conscious. So his whole complaint was he didn't get a surface cleaner rack and a surface cleaner. Well, he didn't ask for that. And he also didn't get, in his words, an electric downstreamer, which is called a smart stream. So he called back in like 2 weeks ago, and I was just in passing. Ty was like, man, I'm tired of dealing with this dude. He's got a bad attitude. He's got his equipment. I'm like, well, is something wrong with the skid? No. Did we leave something off that was supposed to be on there? And I'm like, surely we didn't, because when you pick it up, you have to sign off that it's right. He's like, no, he got everything that was on the invoice. His total thing, this is what he's upset about, was that we did not sell him. We didn't try to sell him everything. He told me, this is his words, I wanted a Ferrari and I feel like I got a Cadillac. I'm like, well, here's the thing. You ordered X and you got X. Like, if you go to the site and you go to the Gen 2 page on the website, you can click and add on 8 gallon a minute upgrade because its standard is a 5.5. You can upgrade it to an 8 gallon. You can add a window cleaning unit. You can add a hot water system. That's kind of new for us, but you can add that. You can add a smart stream. You can add a smart blend. You can add a surface cleaner and a surface cleaner rack. It's not standard because a lot of guys already have a surface cleaner. Okay. So we sort of pride ourselves. The Southeast way in sales is to not be a pushy salesman. Tell me what you guys think in the chat here. I got a bunch of dudes, like 50 people here on the live. I appreciate when I'm buying something, if the sales guy is not trying to just add every little beady thing on that you possibly can. Like, now, having said that, my sales guys will absolutely put it on there if you want it. But their goal in my instruction to them is to not, you're not going to get every dude that comes in here and try to get him to the highest ticket rig. Like, to me, that's a turnoff. And so I figure that most guys, that's a turnoff. I like it when I would go and buy something and it's like, hey, dude, here's what we could do. How do you want to do it? We'll add what you want. We're not going to push you into getting all of this other stuff. Like, because most guys, they already have some, especially if now this dude told me I got $1 million wash business. I got $1 million wash business. Okay. So he's already in the game. They talked through all these things and he settled on a Gen 2 with a window cleaning unit and no surface cleaner rack, and no smart stream and no smart blend. Cool. He goes into production. Now, the moment that he paid for it, we send him the purchase agreement that's got his invoice line itemed out, and he has to sign off like same day. He sends us the payment. The next thing that happens is He gets the email sent over to him of this is what you're ordering. Look over it, make sure it's right. There's a section on there called upgrades. It's got all the things that you added on there, right? He docu-signs it, emails it back. Once that's done, we don't even put you into production queue until that's done. You can send us the money until you sign that purchase agreement. It's a email, but you don't go in the queue. So he ordered it. He signed off that the invoice of the line items were right. When the guys go to build it, they pull it up. They look over the build sheet and they're like, okay, he's getting this, 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 and this. And they build it out. All right. He comes and picks it up sometime later, a couple weeks later, and signs off on it again that it is correct. And he's not saying, this is where I was confused, because I'm like, if we left something off that the dude was supposed to get, that's a problem. And like, I don't, we never drop the ball like that, because I've got too many systems in place to prevent us from doing that, because we have done it in the past. We were dumb. You learn those lessons early. The dude shows up and he's like, hey, where's my thing? And you're like, oh my God, was that supposed to be on there? And you go pull it up, and sure as hell it was. And you're like, you look like an idiot. Okay, we ain't done that in years, because we learned, we put systems in place, right? There's too many barriers that can really almost not happen. So I get with time, I'm like, so did we leave something off? No, didn't leave nothing off. He just upset because he didn't get surface cleaner rack and a smart stream. That's the whole thing. Like, okay, so this was late last week. Ty was kind of filling me in on this dude. He's kind of he told Ty, and y'all, if y'all have ever talked to my guys, Ty or Jonathan, they're like the nicest dudes in the world. He told Ty, I'm just tired of dealing with you, Ty, because he called back complaining, and Ty was like, well, dude, we can ship you a surface cleaner rack. Just pay for it. We'll mail it to you. We'll ship it to you. It's kind of bulky, but it can be done, and you can bolt it on, and all's right with the world. Okay. So he does. He orders a surface cleaner rack. He didn't order the smart stream, but he did order the surface cleaner rack. So we shipped it to him. Another week goes by. He called in. The whole bitching session he had with Ty was because this is what the man said. And you guys, this is absolutely insane. I'm going to have to weld the surface cleaner rack on. Like, I'm going to have to do fabrication. I'm going to have to find a shop that can, it's like, it's a bolt-on item. You don't weld it on. You have a drill, right? You're dude. You have a drill. You take a drill and a drill bit and you poke 4 holes in the ladder rack and you bolt on the surface cleaner. So Ty was had to explain all this to the dude. It's like, it's bolts. It's called Ace Hardware. It's called a drill. If you had ordered it in the first place, it would have been on there. We would have done all that here, obviously. Well, if you didn't order it, you can't be mad. You cannot go to the restaurant and order a steak and a baked potato and a salad and then be mad because they didn't put mac and cheese. It's like, did you say mac and cheese? If you didn't ask for the truffle butter, okay, they're not going to read your mind and bring out the truffle butter. And then they bring it out and you're like, I got to spread the truffle butter too? Yes, you're going to have to do that. It's okay. It's about 15-minute job here. It ain't even enough to call it a job. It's bolts. It's 4 bolts. So then he was mad because we didn't include the bolts. And I'm pretty sure Ty's on vacation this week, so I can't ask him, but I'm pretty sure Ty told me he put the bolts in a bag. I'm like 99% sure when he was filling me in on this that he told me that he put the bolts in the bag, because we use this, same bolts, washers, and put it all in a little bag and it was in there. So he's probably so stupid that he didn't even see the bag in the shipment. Surface cleaner went freight. It's big, right? I don't understand what the problem is. So having said all that, he called in yesterday. I'm in the office up there. We put a new big screen TV up and we can look at like things on the screen. So I mounted the TV and I was kind of fiddling with the TV, and Jonathan's in there. Ty's not here. Jonathan's in there, but they got headsets and I can hear the guy. Jonathan takes a call through his computer and I can hear the guy yelling on the headset. And he's not like yelling, but he's loud enough that I can hear him. And you normally can't hear him when they're talking to somebody. And I can hear like he's dropping some language, which I ain't scared of no language, but don't cuss at my people. Okay. Don't do that. Do not call and cuss at my people. Don't call and cuss at my receptionist or my sales guys. Cause here's what I will do. If you interact with my employees and you're pissy with them, I will immediately roast you. Okay. That I don't care. That is grounds for immediate roasting. You're fired as a customer. I ain't dealing with it because it's done. Ain't no sense in that shit. So I grabbed the headset off Jonathan's head and put it on my head. And I was like, hey, dude, what the hell's the problem here? And he goes into the spiel, right? You guys, and he's trying to give me business advice, trying to tell me how we dropped the ball on his build. Now, look, I'm a pretty objective fella. I know what dropping the ball looks like, and I pride myself in not dropping the ball a whole lot. But one thing Southeast ain't capable of doing is reading your damn mind. Like, you guys will get this. You'll get a homeowner. They'll call you out. You'll come out. You'll give them a quote. Now, look, we can clean everything. We can clean the roof. We can clean the driveway. We can wash the house. We can do the retaining wall. We can do the patio. We can do all this stuff. We can do pure water window cleaning, right? We can do all this stuff. But here's the options. You pick a package. Mike Turman's in the chat. Mike, I stole Mike's package sheet. You show it in the training class. Like, pick a package. But you can't pick the package and then at the end of the job try to get things that wasn't in that package. You want the next level up package, but you didn't order that. And it was super strange because he wasn't complaining about spending more money. He would have spent the money, but he was like, I don't care about the money. I just didn't get sold everything that I should need, and you guys should sell everything I'm going to need in the future. Now, how the hell am I going to know what you're going to need in the future? How is Jonathan, the salesman, the equipment sales guru of gurus, how's he going to know what you going to need on your rig? You got all the options. It's on the website. You can get it. Hell, we ain't going to not sell it to you, right? We'll sell it to you gladly. But my job is not to get every guy that calls in about a mini skid and try to sell him a Todd Ketchow trailer, a $55,000 trailer. We're not like that. Okay. We're not. To me, that is sleazy. And I want to sell this dude what fits him, but only him knows that. So I'm on the headset and he's telling me all this stuff. And I'm like, dude, what you're complaining about don't even make no sense. It doesn't even, I don't understand what the complaint is. Like, what, you didn't order it. We didn't put it on. Yeah, but I got the surface cleaner and I had to bolt it on. Like, listen, man, if this is whooping you, this is a problem that you've called back up here. Now, this is the third phone call and you're like, got an attitude and you're just sell your wash company. Just sell it. Look, just sell it. What you probably need to do is throw it in a ditch. Okay. Because if you can't figure out how to drill 4 holes in aluminum and put some bolts in that was included that you can't even find, I don't care if we didn't include them. Y'all know what Ace Hardware is, right? They're like right down the road. They're about $7 worth of bolts. But I'm pretty sure we included them. You see, like, this is real feminine energy, guys. All dudes in the chat over here. We do have a few chicks in the industry, and they are far and few between, and oddly, they crush it. So those, I'm not saying females in as a broad stroke, because Ashley Westfalls of the world don't operate like this either. But this is real feminine energy right here. So he goes and leaves a 1-star. Salty Softwash sucks. I should have never done business with them. Why? Because you ordered X, we invoiced you for X, we sent you a purchase agreement that line itemed it out that you signed. We built it exactly to that. You came and picked it up and said, yes, signature, that is what I ordered. 2 weeks later, you're mad because you didn't get some shit that wasn't on the build sheet. What's the problem? Now, look, we'll send you one. Hell, buy it. We'll ship it to you. But you're going to have to put it on. It ain't going to jump on there. I don't understand why this is a problem. You guys ever have arguments like, I don't have these problems with my wife. She's not this way. Thank God in heaven, she's not this way. I would not be able to do it if she was like that. But that's real feminine energy. You're creating a problem. Just creating a problem. They ain't a problem, but we got to cook one up. Like, dude, just stop. So I told him, now I will confess that I told him to shove that skid up his ass. Okay. I did tell him to do that. So he leaves us a negative review. Now, here's the thing. I don't give a shit about the negative review because I know I looked at it. I checked everything. I'm like, okay, we didn't do anything wrong. We didn't do anything wrong. We didn't do anything wrong. And I didn't roast him until he started being silly to my people. So, check. Okay, piss off. The end. What do you do with those kind of customers? Here's the thing, guys. You can't do anything with them because they have left logic land. They have left the realm of being logical. Guys, when we're in our using masculine energy that most of us have, we're pretty logical. And if it's logical, we can work with it. If it gets into crazy land, like now we're just going in circles. Doesn't make any sense. There's no, you can lead them to water and it doesn't make it right. Like they just do. He is refusing to understand that there is not a problem here. So what I do is I just tell him piss off. So I get done with this guy, and I pretty much figured he was going to go give us a bad review. I don't give a fuck about that. The next guy, it wasn't 15 minutes, and it's because it's, March the 29th. We're in the height of the season, and the salmons come out of the woodwork because they're all crazy as hell. Another guy in Oregon, he orders 2 cases of surfactant. Emails Brian a few hours later. Hey, I ordered 2. I didn't mean to order but 1. Can I cancel one of those? Now, our policy is we don't do that because it creates a lot of stupidity. And typically we ship so fast that it's probably left the building. So our policy is we don't do refunds. We don't do that. So Brian is a general manager. He's got leeway. He can do whatever he wants to do. Brian emailed him back, said, hey, yep, no problem. It hasn't shipped yet. I'll go ahead and cancel that one for you and we'll ship the one. But just be careful in the future when you're ordering because typically we don't, that's our policy. He got what he wanted. Brian was super nice. Dude emailed back. Boom. What? Just because a customer orders wrong doesn't mean y'all can't do right. Y'all, you're talking to me like I'm a kid, telling me to be careful how I order. This is uncalled for. I'm the customer. It was like something to that effect. So I'm sitting at Brian's desk and the email pops up, and Brian, they try to keep me away from the phones and the screens, the emails, because I'm just a loaded saw. I'm just walking around like, say what again? Say what one more time? That's me. I'm in here all day like, you want smoke? Who needs some smoke? Y'all, where does smoke need to go? So their job is to basically not let me interact with the idiots because I don't play that shit. So I've actually had to hire people that are nicer than I really need them to be because they have to balance. Because it was up to me, and it is up to me. But if I was the guy that they're emailing all the time, like it's literally just javelin city. I'm just shooting javelins because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the stupidity. Dude, you ordered twice. When you put it in your cart and the number, when you clicked buy, was 2x what it should have been, you ordered 1 case and it was, whatever the number was. When you got to checkout and it was double, didn't you think, well, damn, that's twice as much as I thought it was going to be? No, I get it. I've done stuff like that before too. But he got what he wanted. Brian gave him the refund. It was like, hey, I got you. Don't worry about it, but just be careful in the future because typically we don't try to do a lot of that. Dude, just mad. And he's in Oregon. I don't know what it is about guys in Oregon. Like, grow a pair, first of all. I guess they're all just communist, like jackass left wing. The whole East Coast is like insane. I didn't know it was like that till a few years ago. I thought, only thing I know about them was axemen. And those are like pretty normal guys chopping down trees. But there's a bunch of jackasses in the Pacific Northwest, like the Chaz, they're like real Looney Tune out there. So I emailed him back and I said, here's the deal. Your entire order is canceled and refunded. You won't get anything. You're fired as a customer. And he emails back, going ham. Well, I need an email showing, no, you don't get shit from me. Check your bank in a couple of days. You get your money back. You do not have to tolerate this silliness. You guys, I'm sure if you've been in the business any amount of time, you could tell some stories about homeowners that act the same way. Clint, I actually am going to run a coupon code in the first guy's name. We'll probably do that first of next month. I'm probably going to do it on April the 1st, maybe, because that's April Fool's Day. And he was acting like a fool. And his name was Mark. So we're going to just stay tuned. We may do a coupon code for him. I ain't done a coupon code in a while. It's about time. It's about time for one. But guys, I know you're going to run into the same thing. Here's what I'm telling you today. I'm giving you permission to stand your ground. I'm giving you permission. Here's what we are obligated to do as business owners. We're going to do right. If we screw up an order, if we left something off of a build, if we screw up and it's something that's wrong, we're going to take care of it. I have no problem with that. It's baked into the profit margin to take care of things. That's fine. Ain't no problem. We've got great customers, and I'm going to take care of those dudes like to the nth degree. That's what you should do. That is the moral thing to do. It's the right thing to do. And even I'll put all that aside, it's the smart thing to do. If you want to stay in business, if you want to have a long-term running business, which we're going into year 6 or 7, we're closing the books out on March with an 8-figure month. Okay. I don't need any advice from Toe in Oregon that don't know how to order soap correctly. Okay. I don't need your advice. I'm not talking to that guy. He's trying to tell me, but he can't even order soap correctly. So you don't have to put up with those people. But here's what you do need to do. You need to be about it, making sure that your social media is dialed in, that you're getting reviews. So here's what I'm going to ask you guys to do. About 57 guys here on, I guess it's showing me the YouTube feed. Jump over to either our Facebook page or our Google page and do me a favor. Give me a 5-star, because Lord knows I'm good at rustling up a 1-star. Like, honestly, if I stayed out of the picture and just let my people handle stuff, I'd probably get about 7 or 8 less bad reviews a year. But I kind of like a bad review because I'm willing to take, it doesn't hurt our company ranking any, but I'm willing to hold my ground. I don't care. I'm not going to kowtow to keep that person from giving us a bad review. Yeah, wasn't letting me. Yes, Dale just made a comment right here, and that is actually a glitch that we've got our web team working on, because it'll do that sometimes. It won't let you cancel the fast fulfill, and it's supposed to. The shipping protection is an option. The fast fulfill is an option. And we've noticed that. We had some guys say, hey, it wouldn't let me take the fast fulfill off. So we've got them working on that. It is something a little glitching, and it don't do it on every product, and it don't do it all the time. So they're trying to figure that out. But exactly, he's not freaking out. It's like, look, it's okay. If you don't like the way we do business, don't buy from us, because this is who we are. I did Hoff Power. I appreciate that too. It was a week ago. Hoff Power gave us one. I appreciate you guys. You're going to have a base of customers that are freaking awesome. They're great. And they are 98%, 97% of your customer base. They're regular people. You quote them a house wash. They're cool with it. You tell them what is going to happen, what ain't going to happen, right? They're understanding. They're going to get a great job done out of you. If they want something extra, they're willing to pay for it. They're like, hey, can we add that on? Yeah, we can add it on. It'd be a little bit more money. That's fine. That's the guy you're looking for. Okay. The guy I'm looking for is a certain avatar dude. Okay. I'm not trying to extract every dollar out of that guy. And if he has an issue on the back end, I don't mind helping him. But what some of these people want is actual magic. They want you to be a magician. They want you to read their mind. It's like you can't please them. And so what you want to do, here's my advice to you guys. Take all of that customer service energy that you would have spent and just spend it on the good customers. Take care of your good customers like to the nines. Keep it all top line with those people, and those people will carry your company. The cray ones, we just did 8 figures this month. We've still got a few days left in the month. It's a great month. We typically run about like that most of the front half of the year. So you guys do the math, right? You think about your company, and you get a crazy one every once in a while, right? And you're doing a couple $100,000 on the wash truck. Do 8 figures in a month. How many interactions you have to have with customers and people, right? So if I get 1 or 2 a month out of that number ratio wise, that's pretty normal. But don't spend a lot of calories on those people. Just fire them as a customer. Beep, get rid of them. But so that doesn't hurt you, you've got to make sure you're constantly asking the marketplace for all those great customers to shore up your reviews, to make sure they're giving you good reviews, because most of us guys that are just normal dudes, we ain't thinking about it. Like, all the dudes that are great, they're just out there washing. You never hear about them. You never hear from them. They get their equipment, off they go. There's a few of them, like guys that you make friends with. Todd Ketchow's in here. Guys like that, guys that you hit it off with. But the majority of them, they just get their equipment and off they go. You never hear from them again. And if you talk to them, they're like, yeah, man, I just interviewed Trey yesterday. Yeah, go watch the video from yesterday. Dude's had his skid 1.5 years. He's coming up on the 2-year mark this summer. He ain't done nothing but change 2 pumps, 2 freaking 12-volt pumps. And he's like, I think I'm about ready to put a belt on and change my hoses out. But see, those guys, they're like me. They're just out there working. So they're not thinking about going and giving a review. So you got to make sure you stack the deck in your favor. Always be stacking. Always be stacking the deck in your favor. You got aces. It's just aces all the way down. Because when you get the Nancy, when you get the Karen or the Darren, when you get that one, it doesn't hurt you. And you're able to stand your ground and know that it's not really going to affect you any. It's not going to be a big deal because you've already got the foundations built. Now, be careful with it. Like, I don't recommend that you guys running a smaller local company roast people like I do. It would be a lot more sketchy, for you to do. Sometimes you're going to have to eat a little bit of crow, but don't just bend over backwards. Don't let them get their way. If you did right, that's your obligation. Do right. Do the right thing, and then stop right there. And the marketplace will they will take what you're giving it. And if you're always doing right, you're providing an excellent service, it will bear out in the numbers. It will. It'll work itself out. You don't have to really worry about it a whole lot. So I hope you guys have a great Friday. I'm going to go eat my Claritin. I don't know if there's like a limit on Claritin you can eat in a day, but we're going to push that envelope. We're going to find out. Like, I've got some milk. I'm going to just eat a bowl of Allegra because it is going to freaking suck. So we're going to go get some stuff done today. The guys have built like 8 systems. We built a ton of super minis this week. I think they built like 7 super minis. So getting caught kind of back up on production. We're waiting on those frames. The new frame, the fab shop had to get those rolling. They're coming in now really good. So we're sitting about as good as we've ever sat on production and shipping, and everything's pretty much looking like I want it to look. And it's a good place to be in. It takes a lot of work to get there. I hope you guys have, dude, I know I got to go get some local honey because I've got some honey that I clicked on. I meant to click on this one, local honey. I got to go get some. But when I was clicking it, that popped up because that is one of my boys and he is an idiot. I think that's Preston or Micah, but they're supposed to be out there working right now. So I'm gonna end this live stream and go whoop them. They're out there playing on their phone and flirting with Darby. That's probably what's going on. Guys, have a great weekend. Into the month. Hustle hard. Get that money, in the words of Justin Rogers, and we'll check in with you next week. Super Pumps coming really soon. It's like we're down to the days now. We're not counting in weeks. We're counting in days. It's going to be fun getting stuff out there. Pumps out in the wild, man, doing their thing. Hope y'all have a great weekend, dudes. End of Q1. I hope you crushed it. We'll see you.